El Centro Centroamericano de Población, CCP, es un centro de investigaciones de la Universidad de Costa Rica que estudia temas de población, salud y políticas públicas. Fue declarado como centro el 14 de marzo de 2001 y se originó de un programa de investigación PCP creado en 1993.
Buenos días, estimados colegas. Les envío grandes felicitaciones desde Baltimore en el 20 años aniversario de CCP. En el 2002 fui invitado por Luis Rosero a dar una presentación en su centro sobre mis investigaciones acerca de parejas y salud reproductiva. Luis y yo hemos colaborado desde 1986 en temas relacionados con la fecundidad en Costa Rica. Aunque Luis y yo ya estamos jubilados, espero que CCP continúe con estos tipos de encuestas y estudios. Quedé muy bien impresionado no solo por el edificio magnífico, pero también con sus estudiantes. Me parece que CCP es un gran e importante recurso de capacitación en demografía para las Américas. Felicitaciones otra vez y mis mejores deseos para que continúen con su excelente labor. Adiós.
I would like to use this opportunity to send my heartfelt congratulations to the CCP on its 20th anniversary. I am Noreen Goldman, a demographer and social epidemiologist at the Office of Population Research, known as OPR, at Princeton, also the School for Public and International Affairs. Over the years, I've had several connections with CCP, so let me relate them. One is that two of the great directors of CCP, Luis Rosero and Herodes Robles, had research affiliations with the OPR at Princeton. They made periodic visits to Princeton in the late 1990s, working on various research projects and collaborating with OPR faculty. At the time that Herodes visited, I had recently completed a survey in Guatemala, known as the Encuesta Guatemalteca de Salud Familiar, and I recall that we collaborated on a paper, along with Ann Pedley, on ethnic boundaries in rural Guatemala. Herodes and I also did a study of the problems of obtaining birth weight data from health interview surveys. Much more recently, within the past decade, Luis and I combined our survey findings, mine in Taiwan, his in Costa Rica, to collaborate on several papers that examine linkages between biomarkers and mortality. Another memorable experience occurred in 1998 when I taught a course at the University of Costa Rica entitled Advanced Methods in the Measurement of Morbidity and Mortality. This was the first time and the last time that I taught a course in Spanish. I had help from a student at Princeton with making my transparencies in Spanish, and I recall that Herodes helped me by translating some of the questions that students asked me during lecture and after class. Despite the stress, it was a wonderful experience, and I managed to learn many Spanish expressions that get used in demography and statistics. However, when I went into a restaurant after a hard day of teaching, I could rarely follow the conversation. I also recall a wonderful conference that Luis organized in Costa Rica near a rainforest in a hotel whose name I can't remember. But what I do remember is the amazing hotel Villa Caletas. We didn't stay there. Luis was far too frugal to allow a conference to stay there. But we had an outstanding dinner and a concert given by the San Jose Symphony. The symphony came to the hotel and played at sunset in the stunning amphitheater that overlooked the sea. I have some very fond memories of Costa Rica, and especially of my two wonderful colleagues there, Luis Rosero and Herodes Robles. Congratulations, CCP, on your 20th anniversary, and the best of luck in the future.
Hey, greetings from Galveston, Texas, USA, to my friends at the CCP at the University of Costa Rica. And I want to congratulate you for 20 years of this productive research institution. And I have known about this group for as long as it's been around. And I was very fortunate to visit, I don't know, a dozen or so years ago, and participate in a conference you organized with lots of people, and I met wonderful people. And I want to thank Luis Rosero Bixby, who was the director of the group and PI of the Creles famous study in Latin America that really showed how Costa Rica is unique and has advantages over even more developed countries. So anyway, thank you for being friends. Thank you for being productive, a big part of the Asian world, and congratulations.
Hi, I'm Ann Pebley at the California Center for Population Research at the University of California, Los Angeles. I want to congratulate Gilbert Brenes and all of our colleagues at CCP on the 20th anniversary of the founding of the center. CCP plays a unique role in the Central American region and internationally as a key source of demographic research, publications, training, and data on demographic issues. Demographers and others interested in Central America and more generally the Western Hemisphere rely on CCP for your expertise in demography and other issues related to demographic growth and change. CCP is also the go-to source for demographic data on Central America. And as you know, much of these data simply wouldn't be available publicly if it weren't for CCP. As I look back on my career, one of the things I'm proudest of was my collaboration with Luis Rosero Bixby and other CCP colleagues such as Arodis Robles, Hector Perez, Ricardo Chinchilla, and many others. Our goal was to use a grant from the Andrew Mellon Foundation that we received in the early 1990s to build CCP from a small program into a major demographic center. Our efforts included financial support, small grants programs, visiting scholar programs, conferences, and other means. The fact that CCP has flourished over all the years since then, though, really is a tribute to the strategic thinking and hard work of Luis Rosero Bixby, his successors, and to all of you. So I want to wish you best wishes for another successful 20 years and more than that, but also that you remain safe and in good shape, healthy during this pandemic. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Omar Gersten, and I spent the summer of 2007 in Costa Rica at the CCP. To back up a little bit, my dissertation was on stress and health, and I looked at a Taiwanese data set, and I looked at different stressors, psychosocial, social, and tried to connect that to the health of the neuroendocrine system. Soon after I finished my PhD, I was connected to Will Dow, and he had the great idea of doing a similar analysis, but in the Costa Rican context, using the Creles data set. So I worked on this for a long time, it seemed, and I got mentored by Luis Rosero Bixby and Will Dow, and eventually our paper got published in the Journal of Aging and Health, which is a great result. I had the opportunity to go to Costa Rica before the paper was finished, and I thought it would be a good experience to experience the culture of Costa Rica, and also I thought it would be a bit of an adventure. I remember when I got to the airport, I was picked up by someone from the center, and I was shown temporary accommodations. Before I could find longer-term accommodations, I found people at the CCP welcoming and friendly. I remember having pisco sours, a mixed drink with Luis for dinner and others. And we had a goodbye lunch, and I thought that was also really nice. And some of the camaraderie that I felt when at CCP is something that you can't take for granted, because that doesn't always exist at other centers, other institutes. I thought the physical layout of the CCP encouraged collaboration. The offices were close together, but it wasn't noisy. I had a health issue at the time, and they were able to work around my health issue and find me an office to work at. I gave a talk when I was there. I thought the talk was well attended. I got some good comments. I also made good research connections. Occasionally I will email Will Dow or Luis a question about research, and they get back to me pretty quickly. And I'm also connected on Facebook to Gilbert Brenes Camacho. One interesting thing that I learned about Costa Rica is that its life expectancy is nearly as high or even higher than in the US. And of course the US is a high-income country and Costa Rica is a middle-income country. So one idea for why Costa Rica has such a high life expectancy is their attitude toward life. And in one survey of happiness, Costa Rica ranked 15th in the world, ahead of countries like Germany, Belgium, Ireland, and the US. And this might have to do with this phrase that I kept on hearing when I was in Costa Rica, pura vida. And I heard pura vida, pura vida. So I thought to myself, what is this phrase? And it translates to pure life. It can mean full of life, things are going great. And I thought to myself, I'm a type A personality. It wouldn't be good if I lived a more pura vida lifestyle. So I wanted to wish the CCP a happy 20th anniversary and pura vida.